Let's talk about Amazon Aurora and RDS. So both of these are relational databases that support Postgres. Technically, Amazon Aurora is Postgres compatible, suggesting that AWS has architected something very similar. But anyway, just think of them both being as Postgres. And so if you want to use a vector store on Postgres, there is an extension called PG Vector. And so here's an example of us using PG Vector. So we add the extension or enable the extension within our database. We now have the ability to set a data type as a vector, and we're setting this as a three-dimensional. We're inserting data into the vector, and so again, vectors is numbers, right? So here we are inserting numbers and as a three-dimensionality in here, and then down below we are doing a search, and so this would return the nearest neighbor. So basically, you give it the data here, I believe here, and it'll give you the distance between this value and the existing embeddings. Okay, so I just want to point out that this is really useful if you are used to using Postgres and you just want to use an extension. But PG Vector may not scale or perform well as good as a document database or other databases specifically designed for a vector store, but it will work very early on for a long time. So it just really depends on what you want to do. I do need to point out that for using rags or just getting data back for your rag, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to use a vector store. A rag can be designed to query data for against an SQL database. It can query a graph database. It can query a document database. But if you want to use it as a vector store, that is another means to do it. When you use Amazon Bedrock's knowledge base, it's expecting you to utilize RDS or Postgres as a vector store, and so you will have to turn on that feature there, okay?